Indian food rankings for fat loss. Samosa, I mean, the crunch, the taste is absolutely amazing, but for the density, it's 300 to 500 per one. It's got to go somewhere down the bottom, and you got to have a lot of discipline not to just have one, I think, so 9. Okay, Bell, it's a crunchy flavor, tasty meal. If you want something that packs a calorie punch, this would be it too. But it does combine the salt, the sweet, the savory, the tastes, and it's a great starter. But it's got to go number 8. Butter chicken, the best tasting Indian dish by absolutely a country mile. But the problem is that we're doing it for fat loss, not my taste. So butter chicken is the highest calorie thing that you could possibly have just because of the gravies, the butter. I mean, if it says butter in its name, it probably isn't going to be low calories. So butter, chicken plus rice plus naan, bits that you have with it, it's got to be number 10. Dosa and sambar, obviously dosa, you can have one of those with some sambar for like 300 to 400 calories, but it has very minimal protein and can leave you hungry after having this. It's not impossible to have on a diet, and actually it's great if you can control your portion sizes, but it's not got a pack a punch of protein. It's not got that much density, so it's got to be number 7. If it's chole bhatura, then it's going to be super high calories, but if it's generally just chole on its own, then you can save some of that, and it has some level of protein, but it's not going to be the kind of protein that's going to build you muscle tissue. A cereal bowl is going to be 300 to 400 calories, and if you have the bhatura on the side, you're taking that to 800 to 900. So because it's got a bit of protein in, it's got to be number 5. Pani puri, low protein. You can have about 8 to 10 of these for 300 calories. The crunch is amazing, the taste is amazing. Isn't got much protein in when you're dieting, and you can have 8 of these as you go through your diet in one sitting. 6. Biryani, if it's a proper biryani with actually protein in it and it's not just rice, then it does have an ability to be a great fat loss meal. You got carbohydrates, you got your protein sources, it's quite filling. If you control your portion sizes, you're looking at it being a top quality thing. If you have more protein than biryani, then you're going to be able to be okay. So I put it as a 3. Kebabs, I mean, depending on where you have, I didn't even think these were Indian. Lebanese and Turkish may have the upper hand on these. However, it depends on what the kebab is. If it's like shish chicken, then it's going to be great. If it's more of like lamb or beef, if you're into that thing, it's going to be super high calories, but it is high protein. And if you have 1 to 2 of those sticks, you can get around about 20 grams of protein for about 300 to 400 calories. So I'm going to put that at number 2. Dal, the protein again, like the same as the chole, is going to be not great for muscle building, but it is a staple in a traditional Indian food, which means you need to be eating this on a diet to stay in shape and understand how to eat your mum's cooking. So it's got to be number 4. It's not amazing on a fat loss diet, but it is available and you can have it. Fuck's sake. Well, I wouldn't do this. Pav bhaji is definitely not my number 1. I thought like a paneer tikka or a chicken tikka was going to come, but it's obviously not. So pav bhaji is definitely not number 1. If I was doing it again, I'd put 1 as I put paneer tikka and chicken tikka because it's lower calorie, there's no gravies, it's high protein, it can be done anywhere, grilled, which is amazing. I mean, 1 pav bhaji, 250 to 300 calories, that tastes amazing, but most people have 2 to 3 of them. That's the problem. It's not 1, but there's my fat loss rankings for Indian food.